Hello, good morning. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about BTS midlife mental health and how these things come together and all the most incredible, delicious connections that I discovered them at 40. I could not have imagined that I would have, first of all, fallen in love with a band who sings in a language not English. I would not have imagined I would have fallen in love with the 7 individual men that comprise that band. I would not imagine that I finally would learn to fall in love with myself because of these men and all the different art they create, that they could save me from a crisis and that they could remind me that I have it in me to save myself from said crisis. I babble all that because I know a lot of you have the same experiences with BTS. Even though now I've been ARMY for 14 months, when I discovered them, I didn't just jump in and like, well, show me everything, because I was scared that the next thing I saw would be the thing that either made me not like them as much, either as artists or as humans. And being in love has been so good, I didn't want to botch that. I'm past that now. But now I still take my time because I like to watch something and then watch it over and over and over again and like really try to absorb it. It's just like the delicious process of getting to know people and falling in love with them over and over and over again. And the thing is, I've gotten to fall in love with you guys. Like, I mean, that's right. Like, ARMY is such a gift to each other, and that is just, Speaking of said ARMY, like, let's talk about feelings of worth here for a minute. Why don't we feel worthy about things? Why am I talking about this before Rise of Bangtan? I don't know, but let's do this. But I have discussed on and off now for over a year this concept of worth and not being able to open gifts and struggling with that, because I'm also realized I am struggling to give gifts because I've been afraid that whatever I'm giving is not enough. For those of you who have expressed that you are interested in one of my permission to dance ornaments, I've been ashamed. I'm like, oh my god, what if people actually just don't like them? What if I send them and then people are like, ugh, womp womp womp. I can't receive things because I'm afraid of giving. Why am I afraid of giving? Because I'm afraid I'm not giving enough. What am I actually afraid that not giving enough means? Afraid that I'm not giving enough means I'm afraid that I'm not enough. And then therefore it cycles. Why should I receive anything if I'm not worthy of? So we've got this cycle, right? Are any of you in that cycle? Do you know what I'm talking about? It is time that we just like rip it off. I say all that because Laurie comments here. I'm gonna link to her Etsy page below and her YouTube channel. She creates resin work. She made these incredible, she makes these pendants, and I hung this one on a purple ribbon here because it's definitely gonna be worn / displayed. So beautiful. And see, my resin ornaments are the very first experience I've ever done with resin. My ornaments were meant to be fun and excited for the concert anyhow. If you attended the concert in person or if you attend the concert online and you want an ornament, hit me up, Instagram me your home address, and I will mail you one, because I'm going to just like, I want to be able to give. I know it's like past Christmas. I'm hanging mine year round because permission to dance, baby. That's a year round thing. That's a life motto. Bangtan 15. Okay, so 15 is Pied Piper. Whoo! That should be our next reaction, right? Meanwhile, give it a like. Always give her videos a like. Anissa is an incredible editor. She's an incredible heart. She is an incredible human, and she is an incredible ARMY. Anyway, make sure you hit like on her videos because this is the absolute least we can do for enjoying her videos. My like finger things are off. I don't have good. I have no rhythm. I can enjoy rhythm. I have none of my own. God. I just want to address the fan chants real quick. They are magical. They are, you know, when a year ago right now, when I was really starting to fall down the rabbit hole, as we all call it, of BTS, I was like, oh, like teenage fans and like all my internalized misogyny and self-hatred. The fan chants are magical. That is a simple way of us showering the guys with love. The fan chants are showering them in with love. And to be in the presence of the fan chants, I hope every single one of you get a chance to be with ARMY, like with a group of ARMY, even if you just end up watching music videos together, because that alone. BTS! Anyway, sorry. Thinking back to being in LA, permission to dance. It was... They're still in Wings tour, right? I can't believe. I mean, they work so hard while they're working. They work so hard when they're on the Wings tour and yet making music.
없다. 설명서가 없다. 설명서 없이 할 수 있을까?
Namjoon. Just like so.
좋아서 하자.
I've never heard this.
네. 아, 고정한 것 같아. 아, 나.
않지만 작은 촛불을 켰어 어스름한 공원에 노래하는 이름 머리
Oh my god.
Where are you?
좋아서. 좋아. 누가? 오케이.
Why is it that I love Jin and Jungkook together so much?
다섯 형 무시하고 그러면 안 돼. 야, 촬영하는 게임을 해. 형도 했다며요. 아, 진짜. 자, 레몬 형.
Oh, the song is beautiful.
형, 중요한 걸 알려드리러 왔습니다. 저 녹음이 끝났어요.
아, 너 끝났어?
네, 형 이제 형 보컬 하시면 됩니다.
아, 우리 가서 의논을 좀 해봐야지.
오케이.
오늘도 난 적당히 살아가 발 맞춰 적당히 달아가 태양은 숨을 막히고 세상은 날 밝아벗겨놔.
Oh my god, their music is so good.
열자고 뭐. 다음에 뭐. 이랬으면 좋겠다. 이랬으면 좋겠다.
저는 개인적으로 여기 왜냐면 형이 사비를 이렇게 한꺼번에 다 부른 거 없잖아요. 그래서 저는 그냥 여기를 그냥 형 보컬을 좋아하는 사람들한테 그냥 형을 보여주고자 그냥. 깊은 밤을 따라서 너의 노랫소리가 한 걸음씩 두 걸음씩.
Oh my god. What is this intro, Anissa? Oh my god, her intros are killing me.
나 여러분.
Oh my god, that was... Anissa's intros are starting to slay us. Like, they've always been incredible, but... Waterworks. Why does my thing still keep coming up? Like, I can't make it stop.
좋아요. 아, 춥다 해야지 안 춥지. 아, 원래 진짜 잘 안 돌아다니는데 꼭 가보고 싶긴 했어요. 뭐 너무 많더라고. 악기랑 장비들.
Have you ever thought about that? How much they're in all these different cities, but how little they experience those cities?
맨날 올 것 같은데. 미국 살. 이게
happy place.
진짜 미쳤다니까 이게. 아, 만족스럽다. 뭐 제가 저 혼자만 쓰는 게 아니라서 요새 갈도 두고 많이 살 예정이고 또 너무 이 주변으로 하면 이제 다른 사람이 이제 쓸 수가 없으니까 그래서 옆쪽에 이제 타공을 하고 하면 어떨까 생각을 했는데 조립이 되면 다시 이야기해봐야 돼. 이거 한 4분의 1밖에 안 되지 않나? 저는 작업.
Damn.
그냥 길다랗게 이렇게. 이거는 한 몇 달 동안 거기서 작업 안 하고 그냥 유튜브에서 작업하고 귀찮아. 왜냐면 나 거기 살겠는데 거기. 이거를.
좋은 음악을 만드는 일이 마냥 좋지만은 않을 때가 있다. 어렵다.
People think if you're an artist, and I don't know if this goes for like craft artist or hobbyist. I'm not sure if there's truth to this for them also, but the tortured artist is a stereotype for a reason. Thank God for those and to those who have figured out you don't have to live in a place of torture all the time. You have to learn how to get through these mental blocks. And isn't that kind of the way life is? Like being a parent, I thought would be so fun. So difficult. And I'm still trying to figure out how to get past the mental blocks, like the constant mental blocks that kill the fun and make it actually feel a little like torture. How to surrender into the creation of what's happening. I imagine being a musician is very simple. Anyway, sorry. I'm not a musician though, so I should shut
지치고
up.
그리고 외롭다.
Yeah, you're lonely a lot.
하지만 그렇게 만든 곡이 사람들을 더 행복하게 한다.
Isn't that sad?
와, 할 게 너무 많다. 너무 많아.
I mean, there are army that talk about that. They want the guys to go back to their dark, sad music.
작업을 할 때
I'm so happy they're happy though.
뭐 언제 영감을 받아요, 뭐 언제 막 생각이 나요. 막. 근데 사실 딱히 막 할 말이 없거든요. 왜냐면 평소에 그냥 생각하는 것들 지나가면서
I wish I
보는
could see his
것들
notes.
다 메모를 하고 어떤 생각을 했지. 불과 뭐 한 달, 1년, 길게는 3년, 5년 전 그렇게 작업을 시작을 하는 것 같아요.
2006년 내가 초등학교 6학년 당시 이 곡을 들으면서 그래 나도 랩을 하겠어 라고 했던 게 나의 꿈이 되었고 나의 전부가 되었고 나의 인생이 되었고 그리고 지금의 나를 만들어줬던 것 같다.
그때 기억해 내 키보다 훨씬 더 컸던 갈색 피아노 그게 나를 이끌 때
저는 대구에서 작업 녹음 스튜디오에서 일하는 사람이었고
안 될 거다 뭐 그런 거 막 음악 같은 거 하다가 막 집안 거덜낸다
Oh,
이런 얘기 수도 없이 많이
pressure.
들었습니다. 뭐 제가 뭐 중1 때부터 얘기 들으면서 뭐
People don't want you to
기도하는 뭐
like
2010년
dream big because it's hard.
서울로 이제 오게 된
음악을 한다라는 누구나 할 수 있는 게 음악이긴 하지만 되게 자부심이 있던 사람들이었던 것 같아요.
곡을 잘 만듭니다.
아는 게 너무 많아서 모르는 게 없어. 물어보면 다 알아. 근데 또 다른 면으로는 또 연습실에서 막 연습하는 거 보면 멋있다.
되게 멤버들 안 챙겨주는 척하면서 은근히 챙겨주는 그런 게 있어요.
シュガー無理せずたまには弱音も吐いていいよメンバーみんなで支え合ってだから君は僕たちボーダーの誇りですそして必ずメンバーとファンのみんなと一緒に伝説を作ろう
그때 기억해 까맣게 잊고 있었던 널 다시 마주했던 때 14살 무렵 어색도 잠시 다시 널 어루만졌지 긴 시간 떠나 있어도 절대 거부감 없이 날 받아주었던 너
I love those commercials, those Puma commercials. Oh my god.
영원히 넌 나의 손을 놓지 마 나도 다시 널 놓지 않을 테니까
몇 년을 음악을 하고 몇 년을 무대를 할지 모르겠지만 분명 지금 해온 시간보다 더 많은 시간을 분명히 음악을 할 거고 무대를 할 건데 기꺼이 계속 나가야 돼.
박살난 어깨를 잡고 말했지 나 더 이상은 진짜 못하겠다고 포기하고 싶던 그때마다 곁에서 난 말했지 새끼야 너는 진짜 할 수 있다고 그래
Oh, the BU.
방황했었던 절망의 깊은 수렁에 빠졌던 그때 내가 널 밀어내고 널 만난 걸 원망했던 넌 꿋꿋이 내 곁을 지켰지 말 안 해도 그러니 절대 너는 내 손을 놓지 마 두 번 다시 내가 널 놓지 않을 테니까 나의 탈세 그리고 내 삶의 끝 그 모든 걸 지켜봐 너일 테니까
Wow.
함께 내 자리 잡은 갈색 피아노 어릴 적 집안의 구석 함께 내 자리 잡은 갈색 피아노
그냥
In the
이
corner of
모든
my
것들이
childhood
그냥
home is a brown piano. Organ
당연하게 생각 안
actually.
하지만 이제 더 다른 목표들이 생긴 거죠. 처음에는 성공이 하고 싶었고 돈도 벌고 싶었고 이상하게 유명해지고 싶다는 생각은 별로 없었던 것 같았어요. 저는 선천적으로 그러니까 성격 자체가 사실 혼자 있는 거를 좋아하고 소명의식 이런 거는 없었고 방탄소년단이라는 팀을 하고 점점 바뀌었죠. 어떻게 하면 더 좋은 음악을 하고 싶고 더 좋은 무대를 하고 싶고
지금 완벽한 가수, 완벽한 민윤기가 된다기보다는 어느 날 여러분들과 함께 지금 이 순간을 돌아봤을 때 정말 멋있고 괜찮은 사람이었다 라는
You are.
말을 듣는 게 저의 목표이고요.
Oh my god, look back in a distant future. Do you ever think about that? The day will come, a distant future, when we look back at this period of Bangtan Sonyeondan. That they will look back at this period.
스타일리스트 분들께서 뭐 옷을 자꾸 고르시고 있길래 왜요? 뭐 있어요? 아니 너희들 빌보드 가는 것 때문에 잠시만 뭐라고요? 아니 빌보드 가는 것 때문에
Okay.
아이돌 그룹 방탄소년단이 빌보드 시상식에 후보로 이름을 올렸습니다.
한국 가수로는 유일하게 올해 이 시상식 후보가 된 건데요. 또 한 번의 기록을 만들어낼 수 있을지 이목이 집중되고 있습니다.
I'm going to admit I've never heard of them before today. How huge are they?
Unbelievable. And I still didn't. How did I?
저희가 라스베가스에 왔어요. 어떻게? 너무 떨려요. 하이 할로 만나서 반가워. 나이스 미츠 라스베가스.
Some people think, oh,
let's just look at this one more time. 20 million votes in 18 hours. Oh my god. That was almost 5 years ago. Dynamite and Butter Babies have significantly grown the fandom yet again. I wonder how many votes I wonder how Billboard prepared their servers for the last voting session. Unbelievable.
some people think, oh, the BTS fans are cheating. No, we not. We just go ham. What don't you understand? We don't play games. We don't play games. We're used to this lifestyle, this kind of like battling other groups. But if you put a K-pop
I can't handle
against
Twitter because it's
other
intense
artists
because
that
of the
are
stuff.
not K-pop, you done did it. You opened Pandora's box. We gonna go all in. It's not just BTS fans, I feel like. It's K-pop fans in general. Because it's just a good opportunity to show off how powerful K-pop can be.
So speaking to a very special ARMY who I'm not going to call out right now because it's her story to tell by her name, not mine. But she is a pre-debut BTS fan. She may or may not see this video, but she is a pre-debut BTS fan. And we've had conversations about how especially newer BTS fans, Dynamite and Butter Babies in particular, tend to get beefy about multis and so forth. And there are some bad multis out there. I'm like, okay, but there are some bad just ARMY out there. I mean, there's like there's bad Gilmore Girl fans. Having been pretty big into the Gilmore Girl fandom myself, that's like the only other fandom I've ever participated in. There's some toxic corners of Gilmore Girl fandom. So, and I'm a newer ARMY, and I had a problem with multis for a little bit. But then you start talking to people who were pre-debut ARMY who talk about the pain that it was to be a fan of K-pop. Because here in the States, you were ridiculed. And I don't know about any other country, but in the States, you were ridiculed for being a K-pop fan, having to deal with it that time. And how just absolutely frustrating and infuriating it is and was. And now that K-pop fans can go hard and still get ridiculed, but they're big enough now, all of them. Cue the song So What. We're just going to move on now. We're going to enjoy our life. And if you want to trash that and you want to be the person who sits at home and trashes a K-pop video that pops up on your TV, well, then you can waste your life like that. We're going to go hard for the people who inspire us. I want to surround myself by inspiration and reminders of people who I feel like genuinely love me, whether or not they actually have ever talked to me and met me in person. Thank you to all of you K-pop fans. That's what I'm trying to say. Thank you to all of you K-pop fans who struggled through and went hard in all of those years that the guys just needed some just Yeah, thank you.
여러분께서 굉장히 열심히 또 투표를 말하는 게 뭐냐면 결국 사실 우리 아미들이 만들어준 거예요. 그렇죠?
The event will be the K-pop superstars first US red carpet. Please guys, don't stop voting. Hashtag BBMAS. Vote for BTS.
How long has
Last time I
Jose
checked, we had
been?
about 130 million.
How long has
votes.
Jose and Celeste been fans?
Okay, so this is them. These are the people that have been controlling my entire timeline on Twitter and Facebook for literally weeks.
소셜 미디어 상의 인기 지표를 나타내는 소셜 50이라는 차트가 있는데요.
I have made anybody who follows me before my BTS era on Twitter, they regret it because I have made their feed just full of BTS stuff when I was on Twitter.
9주에서 60주 1위의 이름을 올리고 현재도 1위의 자리를 유지하고 있습니다.
Hi everyone.
He's so cute.
Okay. 저 여기 라스베가스에 왔습니다, 여러분. 빌보드! 우! 내일 이제 빌보드인데.
They were still kids. Can you imagine how surreal?
긴장도 많이 되고 그리고 엄청 덥대요. 뭐 바깥에서 이제.
It's one thing to work really hard as the kids they were and the young adults they were, but then to be put on these huge stages. Like it's one thing to plug away at it. You know, you're on tour, you are creating, you are in the studio, you are doing your photo shoots, and like you have fans, you get that. And that probably was surreal enough. But then to be on these national spotlights and I mean international for that matter, spotlights and stages like it takes it all up a notch. Am I being articulate? The light gets brighter, the height gets higher. Am I making sense?
카펫이 진행이 되는데 35도라고 합니다. 그래서 질식사하지 않을까. 내일 저희 멋있게 할 거니까 여러분 기대해 주세요.
빌보드 측에서 방탄소년단을 집계에 포함시켰다는 것은 소셜 미디어에서 방탄소년단의 언급량이 글로벌 스타들과 견주었을 때도 유의미한 결과를 보이고 있다고 판단했기 때문일 겁니다. 그러나 소셜 미디어 활용을 모든 결과의 비결로 꼽는 것에 의문이 드는 것도 역시 사실입니다.
No.
그렇다면 대체 방탄소년단의 성공 비결은 무엇이냐? 저 역시 그것이 궁금합니다.
네, 안녕하세요 여러분.
Gotta love a man who admits he doesn't know everything.
지금 여기는 빌보드에 참석하기 위해서 지금 준비를 하고 있는 중인데 제가 준비하고 있는 멤버들의 모습들을 보여드리겠습니다.
He's so sweet.
세련된데요, 형님? 아직 자켓을 안 입은
Pretty
자켓이 무엇인지 아시는 분 있으신가요?
저희가 미국에 만약에 살았더라도 그분들을 자주 볼 수 있지는 않을 거예요. 그죠. 콘서트에 가지 않은 이상. 그죠. 그렇기 때문에 어떻게 이제 태어나서 딱 한 번 볼 수 있는 그런 기회라고 생각합니다. 그래서 인사하고 뭐라고 할 거예요? What's poppin'?
What's poppin'?
이제 뭐 30분 후면 저희가 그 위에 있을
Should that be our new intro here? What's poppin'?
만약에 무대를 했으면 진짜 떨렸을 것 같은데 레드카펫은 재밌게 즐기다 오려고요. 네?
I'm old and outdated. That's probably old and outdated now, so.
오신대요 오늘? 아직까지.
But everything Bangtan is actually timeless. It's everything that always was, everything that will forever be, it's everything that is now, right?
저희가 진짜 가는 건가 잘 몰라요.
오늘 랩몬스터가 주인공이에요. 인터뷰를 리드를 해야 되기 때문에 떨립니다. 전 옆에서 계속 이런 랩몬의 힘을
CJ
몸으로만 그냥 아주 역대급으로 떨리네요 지금. 옆에서
BTS.
당연이라는 말이 참 무섭다. 기대와 바람은
Whoa, what are you
우리가
saying?
성장하고 나아가는 속도보다
Bang, what'd you say?
빠르게
Give it to me, Bang.
그래서 이게 몸으로만 그냥 아주 역대급으로 떨리네요 지금. 옆에서
BTS.
당연이라는 말이 참 무섭다. 기대와
Scary to be
바람은
assumed as
우리가
success.
성장하고 나아가는 속도보다 빠르게 높아지고 있다. 당연히 우리는 잘 해낼 거라 생각하고
And decide to be
대범해지기도
bold.
한다.
BTS.
Live your life that way. I want to live my life that way.
잉글리시로만 톡하자. Trust us. Trust us.
We do.
야, 진짜 너무 떨려. 야, 떨려. 이거 어떡해.
사람 많어.
Isn't that scary? It's actually scarier. It makes you more nervous when people are ready for you. When people are waiting for you, when people are looking at you. If they had arrived and like all the signs been for Bieber and Ariana, then like they would have been like, oh, that'd have been nice if somebody had a sign for us. But it's different when you pull up and there's people waiting for you. That's the stuff that makes comparison and imposter syndrome kind of woof. Like, as opposed to talk about earlier, just like accepting gifts and accepting love. This is a golden opportunity to just accept and let that wash into them. But chances are it also, if not in that moment, later sinks in as, are we worthy? Are we worthy of this? And people expecting from us, and so where do we go from here, and are we capable of meeting expectations? And I mean, I feel like they've over the years worked through a lot of those kinks, a lot of those emotions. Incredible. I pray that they have. But as humans, those things wash back into us, hopefully because they have each other and a great support team and such a huge loving army. That tide, when they start to feel like they're sinking again, that tide can pick them and let us do that for each other. Can I lift you? I just want this to be the year that we lift each other. Just that we keep lifting them, that we keep feeling lifted. I'm sorry, I just get so, whoa. This is the year that I'm excited without shame. All right, let's back up just a smidgen here. Let's let this wash over us too. Look at that. I love that photo shoot, by the way, with the confetti. Pardon? Oh my God. Army are the best.
My earbuds are kind of like closed out because BTS just got out of the limo.
BTS is a showstopper. Like when you see BTS, you do a double take.
There's so many of them.
I look at BTS and I think, okay, now this is gonna be a show.
Your fans begged for you to be here tonight, and here you are.
The biggest K-pop group out right now. I'm surrounded by such good-looking men. Are you ready to become North American heartthrobs?
What is heartthrob?
Oh, heartthrobs are very good-looking guys.
Look at Namjoon. He's like, I know.
How controlled? I mean, the K-pop industry.
Oh, I'm so sick of this narrative that people are still using against them.
How involved are they in their own careers, their own lives? Or is it?
I'm so sick of this narrative being used to try to dismiss and diminish these beautiful men and anyone else. And yes, there is an era of that does happen in the K-pop industry. First of all, research BTS. Look them up yourself. Look them up, look up the song credits, look up who writes, look up who produces, hush your face and do like 10 minutes of research. Allow yourself to peek into the rabbit hole. But on top of that, how dare we fool ourselves and think that Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande, Meghan Trainor, name anybody else in the US Western music industry, and tell me that they are not subject to the same bullcrap rules and expectations about their weight, about dancing, about choreography. Jessica Simpson talked about how hard it was for her because she was up against Britney Spears and whoever else. Like, you were playing a role in an image and you were expected for your music, most of which you do not write yourself. There are exceptions like Taylor. So many of these people do not write their own music. They fit a role. They were Disney boys and girls and whatever. I'm just tired of this narrative being used as a shield to hide behind when you are attacking them. For what real reasons? Like, what reasons are you really going after them? Because the K-pop industry as a villain narrative.
It's always a bit of a factor.
Yes, I mean, one of the prevalent notions of K-pop is that it's factory manufactured music, which is true to a large extent, but BTS is special because a lot of members actually do produce their music.
They all are involved with
확신을 가질 때, 자만이 아닌 자신감으로 스스로를 가득 채울 때, 수만 관객의 눈과 귀, 마음을 사로잡을 수 있는 공연을 펼칠 수 있게 된다.
Here are the nominees for Top Social Artist presented by unlovable.
Who's she? I don't know who that was.
Let's go! Money!
With the army screaming in the background.
I'm sweating.
I'm like shaking.
I'm still so freaking hyped, like. And they were up against some strong competitors like Justin Bieber, Selena.
I'm dreading the Grammys this year.
Music Award goes to BTS!
That was a really cool
그날 상 받은 사람 중에 환호성이 가장 컸었으니까 되게 얘네 누구지 하고 쳐다보더라고요.
I love his awareness of that because honestly, like, do you remember your high school graduation or any time you've been cheered for? Often when you are getting up and going somewhere, you almost kind of go deaf. You don't even notice the comparison factor of were people even yelling for you at all, much less loud. But for Min Yoongi to realize that they had the loudest screams and people who were like, who are you and why are you winning? I mean, that's... Anyway.
People who don't understand K-pop don't understand that K-pop fandom is nothing compared to American fandom at all. And their fans do not play. In general, K-pop fans do not play. This picture is insane. Nobody had a chance.
76% of the votes.
Thank you very much. You know, we still cannot believe that we're standing here on this stage at the Billboard Music Awards. Oh my gosh.
Look at Tae taking it in.
And it is so great to see all the artists we admire and feel honored to be in this category with such great artists. Most importantly, this award belongs to the every people all around the world that shine the love and light on us by the millions and make BTS proud really every day.
You make us proud, so we're obviously going to repay you.
Please, Army, remember what we say. Love myself, love yourself. 정말 사랑하고 감사합니다. 더 멋진 방송선도 되겠습니다. Thank you, Billboard, for supporting us. Thank you.
That's incredible. Into this tribute. I'm so happy seeing ARMY that happy.
Oh my god. 대박이다. 축하해 얘들아. 진짜 축하해. 진짜 축하하다. 야, 빌보드 축하한다. 대박이야. 축하해 얘들아. 축하한다. 남자 축하해. 고생했다 진짜. 아 진짜. 와 이거 진짜 충격적이다. 아 진짜 너무 충격적이야. 와우. 뭡니까? Billboard Top Social Artist Billboard Music Award BTS.
저 아직도 안 내려가요. 아직도 수상자 발표 전인 것 같아요. 대박이다. 제가 너무 마마나 멜론 때도 너무 좋았지만 이제 딱 발표받고 이제 들어보고 나면 됐어 이거였는데 지금은 이게 안 끝나요 이게. 계속 계속. 진짜 감사합니다.
No one has ever had a fandom like BTS has built.
이제 시작인 것 같아요. 진짜 이제 시작이고 나태해질 것 같아서 계속 생각하면서 해야 될 것 같아요.
친구한테 연락 와서 외계인 같대요 저보고. TV 보는 느낌인데 그 TV 속에 우리가 있는 듯한. 한국에서 대상 받고 1등하면 우리가 여기까지 왔구나. 근데 이번에 상을 딱 받았을 때는 이게 뭐지?
이렇게 큰 상을 주시는데 받아도 마땅한가?
What is this? People are upset BTS won a Billboard Music Award because they are Asian.
Oh man, did racism ensue on Twitter.
Of course there's people throwing around racist jokes about these Asians in bowl cuts, these Asians wearing makeup, these Asians being gay because they're wearing makeup.
How did these Asians wearing makeup beat actual famous people?
Who are these Asian folks? BTS? I don't know who these Asians were. I don't understand what they said.
America is a melting pot, and that's the whole point. I do not understand what the racism is towards, or what it's about.
You cannot throw racist terms around.
I'm pausing right there because just like 2 videos, I totally dissed that guy, David Diskey, because he runs like the National Enquirer, the tabloid of made-up stories about BTS for clickbait, and I do not respect that. However, I see from this that he is a longtime ARMY, and if he's ARMY, I don't know, I'm assuming. But regardless, like, to appease North Korea. I'm not spending 2022 focusing on haters or people who don't understand because they won't do any research. I will not focus on people who choose hatefulness and unkind words over love and joy for others. I will not do that. But that doesn't mean we can stick our heads in the sand and pretend it doesn't exist, right? Like when it comes up, we can't be silent. Evil prevails when we are silent and we don't speak ourselves and we don't love ourselves.
Asians wearing makeup beat actual famous people.
Who are these Asian folks? BTS? I don't know who these Asians were.
This is why
I
I'm
don't
not on
understand
Twitter.
what they said.
American is a melting pot, and that's the whole point. I do not understand what the racism is towards, or what it's about.
You cannot throw racist
I'm thankful he
terms
spoke
around
up.
about our
I respect
fame.
that.
That does not give you a right to be a bigot on the internet.
This is not just about BTS. I guess this is how some people view Asians, like we're not supposed to win shit.
It was definitely a rude awakening and reminder of the ongoing misrepresentation of Asians.
There is no Asian representation in American music. Let's just say it. It doesn't exist.
I was born in Seattle, and I lived there until I was 17. When I first went to Korea, I was like the outsider. And now I came back over here, and there's not many people like me. So now I feel like an outsider again. And so I'm like, yo, man, I need to start making music in English. When I first made the transition, everybody's like, oh, who's this guy from this boy band try to rap and do hip hop? Oh, his lyrics suck. Everybody doubted me, everybody. You don't see a lot of Asian people just in like mainstream media in general.
You don't.
I mean, now you're starting
Think
to
about
see
that.
more.
You don't.
Here we go.
Here we go.
I'm Tiffany Young. I'm a new artist, and I'm being featured on Asian campus. Tiffany Young.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm a new artist, but from the K-pop world. Dude, I did it! I have arrived!
Born and raised in Atlanta. I've been in Korea for about almost 8 years now. It's crazy to me that this Asian kid from Atlanta had to go to Korea to be back in Minneapolis.
That's so nuts.
To sing for a bunch of people.
I think now being in the industry and seeing that I'm actually being turned away because I'm Asian, I'm like, okay, I get it. Now that I'm in this system and I know what goes on, it's just like, kind of sad.
But, you know, I enjoy the challenge. I like making what seems impossible possible.
You know, when I did a video about racism against BTS, because just me becoming a fan a year ago, by people like in my life who've never presented as racist, because I don't surround myself with people who present as racist. So I don't realize when people are racist, and maybe people don't often realize when they're being racist until confronted with something different. And me being a BTS fan made some people in my life confront something different in their lives. And racist comments were made against Asian men. And anyhow, I finally made a video about it. About Asian men, not just BTS being sexy, but Asian men being sexy and the racism lobbied against Asian men. And why in America it is so common for Asian men, particularly Asian women too, they get different sides of racism for no reason other than historically our government wanted Asians to be as minimalized and discounted as possible, and it's so deeply ingrained in our culture we don't even realize. People who walk around talking about how progressive they are and how non-racist they are and Black Lives Matter will turn around and make an incredibly racist comment. Anyhow, I've gotten comments on that video, you know, bigots who find that video and will go just back and forth attacking Asian men, and I've just gotten where I started blocking them.
Yay, 세우시다.
Sorry, phone notification. Fuck. The guys want something huge. An army was so happy for them just to turn around and this be what they face. I mean,
오늘 오후 인천국제공항을 통해 귀국했습니다. 톱
unbelievable.
소셜 아티스트 부분을 수상한 후 호주 시드니로 건너가 현재 진행 중인 해외 투어 일정을 진행했습니다.
You tour all over the place. What's the key to maintaining a strong social media base while you're in the process of touring all over the world?
You all have an online and social media following that is unbelievable.
Because
Can
they're
anybody
unbelievable.
explain how you do that?
Because they're unbelievable.
그러니까 이 충격적인 리트윗 수와 이 유튜브의 뷰수는 도대체 어디서 나오는 겁니까? 그 얘기가 반이었어요, 인터뷰에. 어디서 나오겠습니까? 세계 각국의
Why are other artists asked to justify their success?
아미분들이 우리들의 더 꿈을 이뤄내고자 아미분들이 많이 노력해 주셔가지고.
Seriously, the guys say a dream and we're on it.
자랑스러워 했으면 좋겠다고 얘기를 해주고 싶었어요. 당신들이 만들어준 상이니까.
Been trying to tell you this.
Disclaimer here, I'm totally gonna cry just because every time I hear this song now, I think about Anissa. The very first time I ever got to interact with Anissa actually was the very first Rise of Bangtan I cried over. JK had said it was from like Baby Bangtan from the year they debuted, and JK commented that he hoped one day he could have a voice that moved people. Well, his voice saved my life, and I broke down crying just thinking that little JK could have never imagined the effect he would have. So, the effect he was going to have on people with his voice. And I just sobbed. And Anissa left a comment on that video and referenced the song, and I had never looked up the lyrics before, and I'm probably going to cry because connection and love abounds in the song.
I was supposed to tell you this.
여러분들이 꼭 자랑스러워했으면 좋겠다고.
This is all for you.
둘, 셋. 저희 첫 번째 공식적으로 내는 팬송이에요. 그러다 보니까 좀 많이 애정이 남다르죠.
아미 분들을 한 곳 한 곳 다 부르려고 하거든요. 누구 하나 빠짐없이 따라 불러주시고.
너네 나이 돌이니까 안 들어도 꿀이겠네. 너네 가사 맘에 안 들어 안 봐도 비디오. 너네 힘없으니 꿀인지 분명히 했을 텐데 나네 하는 식들 보니 조금 있으면 망하겠네. 이런 나 믿어줬어. 흰 눈물과 상처들을 감당해줬어. 나의 빛이 돼줬어. 화양연화의 그 꽃이 돼줬어.
이 상을 받을 것 같은 그런 느낌이 있었어요.
그랬어요?
아미를 믿은 거였구나. 느낌이 났죠. 느낌이 나왔어. 저는 100% 아미를 신뢰합니다.
면접 보러 가요? 화이팅!
내가 그린 거.
아미 여러분들이 제 마음속에 차지하는 부피가 되게 점점 커져갔습니다. 그래서 지금은 진짜 여러분들 없이는 못 살 것 같고요.
And I probably wouldn't be alive without you.
Never take this glory and your love for just granted, you know.
이제 너무 밀기만 해주시고, 밀기만 해주시지 말고 한번 저의 이제 손을 잡고 한번 따라와 주세요.
하나 둘 셋. 하나 둘 셋. 믿는다면 하나 둘 셋. 하나 둘 셋. 믿는다면 하나 둘 셋. 하나 둘 셋. 믿는다면 둘 셋.
I want you to see this. Look at your fans. At your fans.
Our fans in the U.S., like I've heard that they've been waiting like from like yesterday morning.
We love Army. Army is our life, yeah.
제일 행복한 때가 그냥 무대에서 여러분들 얼굴 보는 거? 그게 말로 표현할 수 없는 게 되게 좋은 것 같아요.
They are really part of our group.
We're part of each other's group too.
말로 표현할 수 없는 것 같아요. 특히나 저희가 둘셋 노래를 끝나고 나면 뒤이어서 따라 불러주세요. 노래가 끝났는데도 우리만을 위해서 이렇게 노래를 불러주시는 거잖아요.
보라색 아니 뭐야 이거 저희 이벤트에 준 거예요? 여러분 보라색깔의 뜻이 뭔지 아세요? 보라색은 상대방을 믿고 서로 오랫동안 사랑하자라는 의미인데요.
하나 둘 셋. 하나 둘 셋.
God, this is good.
이상적인 아티스트상 이런 아티스트가 되고 싶다면
이상적인 아티스트상은
그랬겠냐 형. 나는 이제 잘리는 뒤에 있었지.
나는 이미 나갔었어.
욕먹을까봐.
김남준으로서 있을 수 있는 시간이 너무 없었어요. 물리적으로. 저는 제가 음악을 하는 이유가 어쨌든 결과적으로 저도 제가 세상이 무섭고 내가 너무 슬프고 외롭고
All right, closing scenes.
StarCraft
Usually make us
or
laugh.
League of Legends?
Whoa.
StarCraft.
I don't know what either of those are. I don't play games. J-Hope is so J-Hope. I love it. I love this clip so much.
Do you have a ritual?
That means like BTS.
Yeah. We'll put these on the website. We'll let
Namjoon's face. Oh my god. I love the song by RM and Whale, Change. It's in my daily playlist. Damn. I was not anticipating crying literally from intro until exit today. What in the world? And he's 28 minutes and 48 seconds. Crying in absolute joy, absolute gratitude, absolute pain, and then back to just absolute love. What a healing ocean, a purple ocean of just love and connection that these men and ARMY have woven together for like a decade now. Think about that. That's unbelievable, and yet everything that was always meant to be, and just such a reminder of God's presence and love in the human experience. Okay, I'm getting like weird and cryptic and hooey here, hoo-hi. So sorry, I'm just excited. So Borahae and You Never Walk Alone, and love yourself and speak yourself. Know that God loves you, I love you, and BTS loves you. Love yourself. And what did he say about living bold? I need to go back and find that quote. That's what I need to do. Go back and find that quote about living bold, because damn, we expect ourselves to do well and decide to be bold. Oof, let's do that. Let's do that. Can I be bold for you? Let's be bold for each other, because I know that you probably in your life also sometimes feel small. Let's stop making ourselves small. Let's stop feeling small. Let's be bold. Let's be a rising tide. Surround yourself, put something up. If you are inspired by BTS and you, for whatever reason, don't have something put up yet, because you're ashamed, because you live with people that like make you feel, or that you perceive will have an issue with it, be bold, hang something up, frame a picture. My whole like surrounding myself with love and inspiration started with framing one picture, not this picture. It's actually a picture that's in my living room, framed of me and Yoongi, and now I would love to take you on a tour one day, but you probably aren't interested, of like BTS through my home. But that's, you know, whatever. And I hope to be not living here for a whole lot longer. I would like to move and eventually move. I got my eyes on Santa Monica. And then I'm gonna BTS it out, so that when you come and stay with me, you have just that you're surrounded by love and inspiration also, and ocean. Woo! Anyway, again, God loves you, I love you, BTS loves you. Love yourself, because you do not walk alone, but you were born to be somebody that nobody else can be. So let's go forth and be bold. I love you.